We do the thing where all the treasures are in my pocket?
Yes. You want these in there too? Don't
No,
put
they're
these in there.
snappy.
They're pokey. They'll do the hokey pokey on you. Turn yourself around. That's not wine.
It's not. Nearly as vital to my life as wine, though.
Oh gosh. Yes, it is pretty vital.
I can't. I just can't without 505.
505 is life.
We switched chairs from yesterday.
Yes, we did.
Happy Christmas Eve Eve.
Happy Christmas Eve Eve to you too.
Yes. We're gonna go home and wrap presents because I haven't done any of that yet.
I feel that my entire dining table is just like bags with stuff in them, but no like paper. They have tags.
My son has wrapped everything he's giving,
That's good.
which slowed me down getting out of the house for work today because he wanted help wrapping. Because when I helped him wrap, I cut my wrapping paper with a rotary cutter.
Yeah.
And my cutting mat. And so my kids apparently don't know how to use scissors on wrapping paper. They're incapable of wrapping on their own.
Oh, that's
They're
adorable.
cute. And my husband's always like, he'll do it too. He does not like using my rotary cutter. I'm like, you can go and use a knife like normal. But he has learned enough rotary cutting.
Could just use scissors.
Yes, but no. Everybody at my house rotary cuts wrapping paper. That's my story.
That's awesome.
What's the weather doing in Calgary? It snowed all morning. We now have a lovely Chinook arch rolling in.
Oh, it's so pretty. We were staring at the windows at it in the classroom.
Are you guys coming to see us? Or are you just lurking? We have an in-store audience.
Oh, do you want to now? Because you're here? I'm sorry. I arranged them to bomb us with happiness.
Okay.
I just... I had to.
Back
I think you know this one.
by popular demand.
The My Sewing Room Christmas choir?
Yes.
Yeah. You know this song.
That's what you think.
Wish
You a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Wish you a
I
Merry
forgot
Christmas.
it. Wish you a Merry Christmas, wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
That's not the right line in there.
Bring us some figgy pudding now. Bring us some figgy pudding now. Bring us some figgy pudding.
I need that figgy
Bring
pudding.
it right here. Wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And a Happy New Year.
Let me know ahead of time and had lyrics. I would have known all of them.
You know, I heard them earlier and I forgot all of them.
The My
But
Sewing
yes.
Room Christmas choir.
It does mess you up. It is in a different order.
Yeah. But that's okay.
That was fun though.
It was.
That was my Christmas present to you, Leah.
Aww. Here, Leah, sing on camera one day.
Here, Leah, let's make a fool of ourselves today.
That's what we're here for.
It makes my day.
But now I've lost my train of thought. Wrapping paper.
Wrapping paper.
I'm wrapping presents tonight. Pretty sure the kids are baking cookies. I have to clean enough kitchen that they can bake cookies because we've been drywalling at my house this week. It's a little dusty. It's like snow all over everything. On
Not
theme?
edible snow.
Not edible snow.
No.
No.
Snow that doesn't melt.
No. So, yeah, that's my plan for tonight. Tomorrow, probably baking cookies. Finishing baking
Great
cookies.
plan.
We'll see. And then Christmas. I hear you're hanging out with family.
Yeah, I'm getting in the car tonight to start the first 3.5 hours of my 7.5 hour drive.
At least you're splitting it up.
Yeah.
But I hope whatever blizzard's happening out by Anne, east of Calgary, there is
I hope I'm gonna
It's
miss that.
past.
We're heading to Saskatchewan So we're gonna.
You just have to drive slower than the weather system.
Yes, yes. As long as it goes faster than us or gets behind us, and then we'll drive in front of it.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll head out to Medicine Hat tonight, stay with my parents for a night, and
Nice.
then continue driving to the boyfriend's mom.
Nice.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. We're having Christmas morning, like just the 4 of us. And then my mom and my brother and my new nephew, who was born this summer, and my grandma will be there for Christmas dinner. So
That's gonna be awesome.
it's going to be lovely. And I'm sure it will be lots of food. Too much food.
There's always too much food, but it's a good thing.
Yeah. So that's what I know. That's what I know. We're going to have
It's a
food.
good thing to know.
We are on day 3 of rag quilt
Day
extravaganza.
3.
Yeah. Chelsea missed day 2 yesterday. She abandoned me. She went and did other things. But I had
I
Anne.
did. Yes.
I snagged
I
Anne.
feel like Anne for me was a really good trade-off. Anne's pretty awesome.
Well, we haven't had her stop by for Facebook Live in a little while, so
It's lovely to have her.
we gave away bonus E's to everybody who doesn't have an E at the end of their name.
So yeah,
We bought a vowel for everybody. So all
Bought
the
a
N's without
vowel.
an E
I
got
need-
an E.
Can I buy a vowel? I end with an A.
Yeah, you can have an E at the end.
Chelsea, yay.
Leotine. I don't know.
Leotinai.
Yeah.
I like Leotina better.
Me too.
It
Leah's really just much easier.
is.
Leia? Michael calls me Leia. It's hilarious.
It's adorable.
Anyway, we're rag quilting for day 3. On Tuesday, we cut all our rag quilt squares on the Accuquilt. Yesterday, I showed you the quickest, easiest way of putting these together with just your sewing machine and a walking foot.
Yep.
But as some of you may or may not know, I am always up for adding embroidery.
Leah has an embroidery
I have an
problem.
embroidery problem,
The problem is there's not enough of it.
right? That's exactly the problem. I'm glad you understand. So we're gonna the main reason to put that X through this is to hold that batting in place, so it doesn't ball up. Like I'm sure most people in the room watching out there have had one of those swim tops with the foam pads in them that goes through the wash and then the foam pad moves.
Sounds like
We don't want
sports
that
bras.
happening to your yeah, you don't want that happening to the batting in your rag quilt. So really that X through there is just to hold the batting in place so it doesn't shift as this goes through the wash, because the joy of rag quilts is getting them washed up and getting them all crunchy and fuzzy. So that holds our batting in place if you've got that batting layer in there. You just need some stitching. It doesn't matter what it is.
Don't need a lot,
No,
but we're gonna do a lot today.
it's not
'cause-
gonna be a whole lot.
Why not embroider?
New embroider. So, in fancy tools that I think you might want, out of the stocking pocket on my favorite Christmas sweater, I held everything together with 505. So this is a sandwich made of fabric, and batting that's already ragged. And there's too many things in the pocket. Some of
Just
them,
keeps going. These ones are good too.
yes.
I love these things.
So the tool I was looking for yesterday was the Hera Marker.
Wait, have it today.
I have it today. So, do you want to flip to the top camera?
Of course I do.
So for yesterday when we were just drawing a line for that X, I used the edge of my ruler, which worked out okay. But if you want a better, tidier crease to stitch down, the Hera Marker is a lovely little option because you can run next to your ruler, and it's quite a sharp edge on there, but not sharp.
Oh yeah, it's almost like finger pressing. That's cool.
Yeah, but it'll give you a deep crease. I
It's
don't
still
know.
gonna stay there. Oh yeah, it's not going away.
Yeah.
Huh.
So that would be
Cool.
one way of marking these corners. And I'm still going to mark corners today because this is going to help me center the next thing I'm doing. So that would be one way. The other thing I really like to use when I'm embroidering is a Chaco Liner.
I
I
love
grabbed a
Chaco
blue
Liner.
one because blue is going to be easier to see on this fabric. So if the Hera Marker line is something you can't see when you're all done, the Chaco liners have a little super fine chalk in them and a little rolly wheel. It rolls one direction way better than the other.
I actually use these all the time. If I'm not using my friction pen, this is what I use. Or my wash away marker, I suppose. There's 3 tools I use.
So the thing I like about the Chaco liners when I'm doing something like embroidery, this will bounce off. It's just a fine chalk. So pretty easy to get off at the end.
That is pretty easy.
Yeah.
And you can refill them.
Yeah.
You can get the refillable things that just go on the bottom part and not have to replace the top.
Yeah. So I have a white one that I use a lot at home, but blue or yellow or pink or gray. One other color would be helpful because sometimes you need to mark white fabric and the white chocolate liner doesn't show up. Yeah, there we go. So I've got that marked kind of. I'd like the thing we're doing to land in the middle.
That looks beautiful.
We're going to embroider, and right now, because this is already pre-cut, I'm not going to hoop this quilt sandwich. I'm going to float it in a wash-away stabilizer, knowing that my rag quilt's going to go through the wash before it's finished. And so I've got Aquamesh Plus in my hoop. And just going to tear through that paper layer that's on the top. Favorite part of wash-away stabilizer. And any of the sticky back stabilizers.
Oh, yeah.
Peeling the
Ripping
paper off.
is so fun. I just love how nicely you can hoop with them.
Right? And definitely on weird things that are hard to hoop. It's great. So we're going to leave that like that. And then I would like to make sure that I'm getting this centered where I want it. So if you've attended some of our quilt classes or embroidery classes, we have a centering crosshairs that we like to use when I could get in here and use a hoop template to make sure this is accurate. But the centering crosshairs is going to give me a really good visual and something that I'll be able to pick out afterwards from the back of the stabilizer. So we're going to hoop this. That's hooped. We're going to put it on the machine. We're going to stitch 2 different things. We're going to stitch both the design we're using as well as the centering crosshairs. And Chelsea's going to get those loaded up. And today we're embroidering on a Brother NS 1850D. This is a new model this year with Wi-Fi. And if you know somebody who wants to get sewing for the first time, this would be a really fantastic little machine to start with, especially if they're a Disney fan.
You ready for me to go?
Yeah.
Perfect.
So we're going to stitch the centering crosshairs first.
Oh, I might have done that in the wrong order. You know what I did?
You got excited.
I got really excited and did it backwards. So I'm going to just go backwards and redo that.
Sounds good. So first, Chelsea's going to open the centering crosshairs. And this machine has the ability to add a second design on top.
Very good.
So the centering crosshairs is going to show us exactly where the middle of the hoop is. Our design is going to open centered in the hoop.
That's better.
So we're going to stitch the centering crosshairs.
Yes, this time it's that.
Okay.
You know, sometimes I just get excited.
This is a really loose little stitch. Like it's a long basting type stitch that we've set it up to be. So if you think the centering crosshairs would be useful for you, email education@mysewingroom.ca and we'll be able to hook you up with this little file we made. You might have it in another project that you've done with us, but maybe not. Very basic little line.
Super tiny. It's just in a 4x4 hoop right now from Brother.
Yeah. So I want to split back to the top. Okay. So that lovely blue line that I made, crosshair across this. I don't really have a right and a wrong side to this particular sandwich.
Nope.
So I'm actually going to put the blue line down on top of my crosshairs. And the way I like to do this is to fold kind of in half. We'll line up that on that. So this is marked on the wrong side, if you will.
Aww, the fake wrong side.
The fake wrong side, because there is no wrong side. It's a red quilt. And then I'm just going to double check that I'm centered by looking through my stabilizer on the back.
That looks beautiful.
I think I'm centered. And the design we're stitching is like a... Is this... Do you want to show them where the design is from? Or do we want to stitch it first?
Yeah. Well, we could get started with stitching. And then...
So this would be like quilting in the hoop. So tension-wise, we don't necessarily need embroidery tension with this. We would like to have more like sewing tension or quilting tension. We've got a tiny little...
Just gonna trim that out so I don't have to deal with it later after it gets run over 50 times.
That's fair. So it's gonna have quilting tension, and this is a design from Holiday Sculpted Fleece, which is OESD number
12430.
I can't see it; it's glary.
It's tagged in our description actually,
Perfect.
and it has a bunch of designs. It has, I think, 43 designs.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And quite a few of them fit in a 4x4 hoop.
Which is awesome.
Super great. And she's just stitching away. Oh, my speed's not up.
I don't think that's going to make a difference in embroidery.
It didn't make any difference.
Nope.
It's still going.
Yep.
Rats.
But we're just stitching a little snowflake into the center of this, and that's going to hold that batting stable for us as we use our rig quilt. I really want to make a rig, not just like a demo-sized one.
I adore watching embroidery.
Right? I love watching the embroidery.
It's so soothing.
And this is not very dense. This is similar to lots of OESD's quilting designs, where it's not super dense. There's a little bit of density to give it texture, but it's almost gonna, like where it's dense stitching, it's gonna hold the batting down tighter. You'll get raised stitching. So we're doing just white thread on this, like light mint aqua color.
Yeah, and the back side's gray.
Yeah.
So one side it'll show up more than the other, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, well, I did white and gray on my other pieces as well.
Yes, and they are opposite.
Yeah.
Which is cute.
That's, oh, is that gray? Yeah, that's gray.
Yes,
It looks-
and this one's gray too.
Yeah, but it looks aqua if you hold it up.
It sure
in the wrong
does.
light. So,
That's probably the same bobbin I have in here right now.
yeah. Probably. So while this is stitching away, if you're looking to join us for some education in person next year, we've got Quilting First Class, beginner quilting class starting January 13th and running for 4 weeks. We're very excited to have that back on the roster, in person or online, so whichever way works for you.
It's going to be a really fun class.
And Anne and I let it slip yesterday that we're having 5 weeks of Boxing Week. So
That's
week 1 starts on Tuesday.
Can we say what it is?
It's going out in the e-news in an hour.
Oh, but all these lovely people joined us. Should we spoil it and just tell them because they joined us today?
100%.
It sounds like a really good Christmas present.
So starting Tuesday, when we're back open again, our Christmas fabrics are going to be 40% off, which will include panels.
Ooh, panels too?
Yes.
That's excellent.
Christmas panels will be 40% off, and Christmas fabric.
That is great news.
So that's going to run December 27th to January 2nd.
News?
Yeah, January 1st is a Sunday. January 2nd is a Monday. Yeah, that's how that's going to roll. So
That's fabulous.
I'm excited. If there's something in that world you've been looking to do, or if you had really good intentions of starting it, tree skirt for yourself this year, and then you didn't. You could.
Leah finished too. That was exciting.
I might finish a third before the new year. I
I'm
really
waiting.
should.
I'm waiting for a picture of Wendy's. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
The extra large tree skirt.
Yeah. Yeah, one of our students made her first one and was making a second one for her daughter. In an expanded size.
I got to cut the fabric, so I know what colors it is.
Oh, nice.
It's so pretty.
Oh, nice. Sweet.
I can't wait. She's still going.
Sweet.
Almost there.
Other things coming up before the end of the year. Bernina sale on accessories, luggage, and presser feet still ongoing till January 8th. Brother has a sale on a whole ton of machines that runs until December 31st. Lots of machines, including the XP3 and the Scan and Cut. And even some of our more starter level machines like the XR37T and the ND50 are all on that sale too. So if somebody you know gets a whole bunch of money for Christmas for a sewing machine, get in here before those sales are gone. Yeah.
That's exciting.
I know. Looking so cute.
It's adorable. I'm glad I picked this snowflake. I like it.
It's not the one I was thinking you would pick, but that's okay.
There was two that would fit in here out of the snowflakes, and one of them was, I think, this one.
Yeah.
And I think that's the one I picked.
Yeah. I was looking at some of the bigger ones. But you could do, like, if you're doing a Christmas-themed rag quilt, you could quilt each block differently.
That's how I like to do my quilting. With very little work.
When there's candy in here, those would be fun too.
Ooh. She's almost done. 400 stitches to go.
We can do it.
Yeah.
That's not very long.
Not long at all. I don't know where those 300 now stitches are going to go. But they're supposed to go somewhere. Oh, in the center.
Oh yeah, yeah, there is something there.
Ah, yes. It's gonna look like our little bear's holding it. Almost. Chopped his arm off. Ruh-roh.
It's not chopping his arm off. It's just blowing around
Right
in a
at the
snowstorm.
hand.
It's a polar bear in a snowstorm.
Polar bear in a snowstorm.
So often my family does puzzles at Christmas. And I must have been in my teens, but my mom likes polar bears. So we found a polar bear in a snowstorm kind of puzzle for her, which was all the shades of white. It was a very long Christmas puzzle.
That sounds awesome.
It was awesome.
Oh, it's done. Ah, it's so pretty.
Some cute little texture in
I
there.
like it. And there's the back so far. So it looks nice from the front and the back, which is
Yeah,
great.
and that crosshair stitching that's through the aqua mesh, we're just gonna snip those threads. Flip to top there. They will mostly just pull out once we're all done, and they're in the washaway stabilizer, so they will be easy to remove.
So which side do you like better so far? The gray side or the white side?
I really like the white.
I like the white too. I don't mind the gray, but I think I like the white better.
But neither's wrong.
Neither, no.
That's the joy of a rag quilt.
It's true.
And it's like, there's lots of other ways of getting your project centered in the hoop. This crosshair system is one that's really nice for kind of the awkward, weird to hoop things where you don't want to figure out how to put a template on that and go from there.
Yeah, I really love the crosshairs.
And usually bobbin thread comes out easier than top thread in embroidery. So these longer, looser stitches remove quite nicely. Sometimes you can get the whole run in one go, depending on how long the stitch length is.
That's good to know. So when pulling embroidery out, pull from the back.
Yeah. Yeah, if you have to remove embroidery, start with the bobbin threads because they'll be much easier to trim and remove. But yeah, that's super cute.
It looks so cute.
And then we could start sewing. We could embroider a couple more of those.
Yeah, I feel like this one needs to be embroidered. Just... Oh, wait. That is
Maybe.
adorable.
Maybe.
I think maybe.
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 And this comes out of the hoop. We'll just trim off excess wash away so it doesn't go through our washing machine.
I gave you some very good scissors for
You
that.
gave me really good thread snips.
That's
they are curves.
also my Christmas present to you.
Giving me scissors that are too small to do the job that needs to be done.
I'm giving you the tools.
Scissors
Yes,
if talking would be okay
That's
too.
the end. This is my hint that I need these.
Okay.
They're just great scissors.
I do like this pair. I like them for trimming threads though.
Oh, yes. That's so good.
Yeah. Adorable. We should probably flip back to that front camera for a moment. Like usual, there is new fabric in behind us.
There is.
Again, always. That's how we roll. Fabric today is called
In the Dawn.
In the Dawn. I had the name in my head
got
at the
you.
beginning of Facebook and
I was-
YouTube Live.
I was giving you a minute. I thought you were going to get it.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, I was not.
You tried.
Nope, it was not coming to me at all.
You tried. That's all
tried.
that matters.
So yeah, rag quilts. Even taking the longer time to embroider through there,
So cute.
it's not going to be a long extravaganza to get this sewn together.
I keep thinking the little paws or threads. Like trying to.
That's funny.
Not threads.
Yeah. So that's what I have for today. I think it's time to go home and wrap presents.
I think it's time to go home and get in the car and start driving.
If you guys are tuning in next week, we have something a little extra going on next week that you might want to tune in for.
Is it an extra Christmas present, Leah?
Yeah, it is. A little bit of work. You guys have a little bit of work to get your free Christmas present, but there is a free Christmas present.
Free Christmas present.
And it's
free.
not just for the people who embroider.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. Which everybody could embroider. But it's not everybody's
could
thing.
embroider.
Everybody could embroider,
But
but it's
not-
not everybody does.
Not everyone has to use a machine to do said
It's true.
embroidery.
You can do hand embroidery with what we're
Yes,
doing
you
next week. So
can.
we'd be happy to have you join us for Facebook Live next week, Tuesday through Friday. There won't be a Monday edition because it's Boxing Day.